Hello, friends, family. Play Lawton. So, I want to introduce myself real quick. My name is Quinzel Eric Chestnut II. I am the brand new league ambassador for Play Lawton, right? League ambassador for Play Lawton. I just joined the team very recently, and I'm excited. I'm excited to work with the top three. Will Miller, Chachi Ortiz, and Emily Lott to join the team with them and help them out as much as I can. And I just thought it would be appropriate, number one, to formally introduce myself to the team, first and foremost. Number two, explain what my role is, what, the role that I'm stepping into. And then number three, just make a quick announcement about some immediate changes that we're going to implement. And then also, garner any feedback that you may have for us, because engagement is important. So just a real quick background. Uh, so I'm an officer in the Army. I've been stationed here since about the summer of 2023. And when I initially talked to Will about potentially joining the team, I made it quite clear to him that even though I am quite busy, with my military career, as being someone who's from Lawton, right? So I grew up in West Lawton, Oklahoma, went to Almo West Elementary School, went to Eisenhower Junior High School back when it was still a junior high school. So being someone who spent 4.5 years of his childhood here, I'm pretty passionate about this city and more importantly, youth sports in this city. And if there's anything in life that I would really want to give my time to, what little time I do have, it would be this, right? It would be the official league of the city that the community that I grew up in. So I'm extremely excited, number one, to join the team, but more importantly, to contribute. So contribution looks a couple of different ways to me. So again, I talked about this desire I have to serve the city. I also have a desire um, to enhance what I call the customer experience, right? And that may look a couple of different ways, right? Some more long term, some are more short term, but I'm kind of being brought on to the team to start thinking about new innovative ideas. What things can we change? What processes can we change? What things do we need to sustain and keep the same in order to keep the customer experience enhanced, because that's what it's about, right? It's about the athlete. It's about the athlete's family, all right? It's about, the siblings, the parents, the uncles, the aunts, the grandparents, the overall experience. How do we enhance it? And so that's a part of my role, is thinking through those things and making recommendations to the top three. Again, I'm extremely excited to work with Will, Chachi, and Emily as I posture myself to make them the best recommendations possible. So we can, and more importantly, your feedback matters. So that a part of my role is also community engagement, not just necessarily thinking of ideas myself, but engaging with you all, with the city, with the Play Lawton staff, with the athletes, the parents, see what ideas that you have that we haven't thought of yet in order to enhance the customer experience, right? So that's another thing. And that may look a lot of different ways. We might do, YouTube videos, we're thinking about, starting up a podcast. That's one of the things that's kind of on the table right now. It's not official yet. But here again, a lot of innovative ideas in order to enhance the overall experience with Play Lawton. So and then last but not least, so that's here again, that's all more long term. I also want to talk about the short term, right? So my number one priority in the short term right now is to step into a role where I can alleviate some of the burden, right, associated with being in leadership, right? So when I talk about the top three, I think what a lot of people may not necessarily see is that everything associated with running an organization right now is falling on three people. And there's here again, and I'm speaking as here again. I've been in the Army for about a little over 14 years now. It's not lost on me that there is a burden associated with organizational leadership. And so anything that I can do to help alleviate that burden, as the brand new fourth member of that team, I'm going to do. So that said, so I want to talk about some of that. So I already talked about community engagement, right? That's long term. But here again, in the short term, I'm officially taking over scorekeeping. So I am responsible for the overall scorekeeping process now, as well as attendance keeping. So those are absolutely like my lane moving forward. Nothing else. So when it comes to, I'll give you an example, scheduling, that's not my lane, right? That's still Emily Locke. Everything related to scheduling is still her. And I am very careful to not cross boundaries, right, and go into her lane. If you have a specific question for me specifically, I'll give my contact information at the end. By all means, you can ask me. But if it's outside of scorekeeping, how we keep scores, the data entry, right? So the processes that I'll show you now, it will guarantee that scores are going to be updated on the website on a daily basis. There'll be no more waiting days and days and days or even weeks to see the scores populate as your team has played a game. So that's my lane. When it comes to umpires, that's Chachi. Scheduling is Emily. I am scorekeeping, attendance, and data entry, right? Data entry into the website. So that said, I'm going to go ahead and get into a quick demonstration on what the new process is going to look like for scorekeeping, and not scorekeeping and attendance. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, so this portion of the video is specifically for our scorekeepers. So what you are going to get from me at the end, what I'm gonna ask is that everyone shares their contact information with me, or at a minimum, an email address that I can send this to. But from here on out, right? So you're gonna have in your email the link to the Google Sheets, right? It's called Play Lawton Game Sheets. This is what it looks like. And as a matter of fact, I'll start from the beginning. So when you open up Google Sheets, you go to Google, right? So you're gonna come here, you go there. If you're doing it, from a device, if you're doing it from a device, you're just gonna download Google Sheets, the app, to your phone, to your smartphone. And so you'll open up Sheets, and I will share with you when you share your email address this sheet here. It's called Play Lawton Game Sheets. So you'll open it up. So here again, it's going to be really simple. There are going to be certain things you're not going to be able to edit or update because it's my responsibility. So let's just walk through that first. It's my responsibility to establish the number one, the games, right? The actual games at the bottom. So you can come here to the tabs, all these tabs down here. You can come to the tabs and click on your specific game. Here again, if you have questions, call me and we can walk through it. But I'm just doing the quick demonstration. But everything that you're not allowed to update, you don't have to worry about messing anything up. You're not going to be able to update it. So I'll give you an example. It's my job to update the names, right? So upload the rosters to your sheet. That's not something you are responsible for. So if you accidentally click on a name and accidentally try to delete it, here's what will happen, right? There was a problem with this because it's protected. You won't be able to make that mistake because outside of what you're supposed to update, everything else is protected anyway. So let's just start, off the rip. Let's just talk about attendance. So you're going to be able to see all the names, and as you're taking attendance, you're going to one or the other. They're either absent or they're present, and everything will be auto set to present. So you're really only looking for those who are not present and just marking them absent. So that'll be very quick, right? That'll be very quick. Here again, you can do this all from your phone, your iPad, your tablet, whatever device you typically carry around with you. And then additionally, again, you will not have to worry about the score. Like if I tried to manually update the score right now, I'm going to click something. I'll click anything. Let's go. Let's see. Hold on. Here we go. So click something. Oh, wait a minute. I wasn't supposed to be able to do. Oh, I'm on the wrong. My bad. I'm on the wrong. You know what? My bad. I logged back in as myself. I did not realize I did that. So let me log back out. My apologies. Let's go back out here and let's go. So this is me from Play Lawton. Go to Diamond Dogs. All right, let's make sure I didn't mess that up. Okay, yeah, I did. That was an accident. So uh yeah. So what I'll do now is I'll take this real quick because I accidentally overrode that. And then I'll go, so this range, it'll be from D6 to H, I believe that's 30, 31. Yeah, 31. All right. So, here again, I think the reason it's important for everyone to see what I just did or how I did it is here again, you can do these ideas, these ideas that I'm showing you now with any platform. It's not just related to softball. Create formulas that does all the counting for you, um, and then then you're good to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to log out of my account and log over into my guest account. There we go. So my personal account. Now, when I come back to my personal account, what I just did earlier. All right. Now I should not be able to do. Bingo, right? Because it's protected. So that's what I'm saying. When I share this with you, or again, I can update anything on my end because it's set to only to me. But you can only update specific portions of your part. The score isn't one of them because the score auto calculates. So what you'll see here, if you count how many times the home, because that's all it's counting. Who got to home plate? So one, two, three, four, five, six. That's why that's a six. If I were to change this home to second base, it'd go down to five. Boom, five, right? There's your, that's kind of how that works. So here again, the only thing you are responsible for as you are keeping score of the game, number one, attendance up front, and then following the batting. So now I'm going to walk through the actual example. Let's take the game that got canceled, one of the games that got canceled on Sunday. So boom, let's say Corey Hankins, let's say absent, and then Ryan was also absent. Everybody else was going to show it up to the game. All right, so the first batter was out. All right, the next at bat uh, got to third base, and then the next at bat got to first base, and then brought home that person. Bam! The moment this person comes home, you see the score automatically updated. So it's just like doing it on the paper. You're just doing it from here. All right, second base, and then a home run, which also brings that person in. Bam! So three. Right, that's how that works. And then the next one is out. The next one is out. That's three outs. Now you come down to the away team. All right, same thing. Same scenario. Second base, out, home run, which brings this person home. Score two. Now again, so the name of the team, you don't have to worry about. That's my responsibility to update the team name. It's also my responsibility every night. So every night, what I'll be doing as I'm preparing your game sheets is putting the title of your game on your specific tab. So you'll just be able to click on your tab of the game that you're the scorekeeper on, and just take attendance, keep updated with the at bats. That's the only responsibility. Um, that said, I am personally comfortable if at the end of this, if you want to manually do it too. Here again, I am not enforcing this at all, but if you want to manually do it on a paper as well, that is okay as long as I get a screenshot as long as I get a screenshot uploaded into our game sheets chat at the end of the night, and then I can do everything myself. But this is the way ahead. I acknowledge that there are some people that, may not necessarily be comfortable or may not feel like they're tech savvy enough to do what I just showed you. That's okay. We can stay manual. We can make sure that, the manual game sheets, the hard copies are there. But what we are going to change is that regardless of which direction you decide to go, there'll be no more dropping off the game sheets at the concession stands and just you're gonna have to actually put them in someone's hand. So all right, so that's the first thing that we're going to change. The other thing I can stop sharing my screen now. The other thing here again, just a real quick announcement that we are going to change is the rule for what the final I guess conference looks like between the scorekeeper, the umpire, and the two coaches. So moving forward, starting this week, right? So starting, assuming we have games tomorrow, that's an assumption depending on the weather because we just got hit with these storms. But at the end of each game, the scorekeepers, you are now responsible at the end of the game to confer with three people. So the umpire and both head coaches on the final score. And everyone needs to be in agreement based on what you have either on your device or if you did the manual version, that's fine as well. But everyone's on the same page. If you did the manual version, After you have conferred and everyone agrees, you then have to take a picture. You have to take a picture of that paper where I can clearly see team, who was home, who was away, and I can also see final score for both. I have to be able to see both of them in order to update it that night onto the website. So here again, I do believe the digital version is much more efficient, but I understand everyone's comfort level isn't necessarily uh won't necessarily be there. Here again. So now the last thing I want to say with those two changes in mind, give my actual contact information, right? So again, Quinzel Chestnut, I can be reached. Cell phone number 757-585-5000. Again, that is 757-585-5000. My email address, I can be reached at experience@playlawton.com. Shout out to Will for that. He came up with the email address, and I appreciate it. But it's the word experience at playlawton.com. So I can be reached at both. I definitely prefer phone calls and text messages though. That is my preference considering just considering here again just time management. I will get to you much faster if you just call me directly or send me a text. Especially if you need me to walk you through the process over the phone or over a device. So again, my name is Quinzel Chestnut, brand new league ambassador for Play Law, and I look forward to working with each and every one of you. By all means, hit me up if you have any questions, and let's continue to progress.